Over the last 3 years, I've said a lot of things, and I've done even more. But the one thing that I can say is Dawson James has never taken a handout, Ricky. And sure, you might have won your #1 contenders match in uncharted waters, but make no mistake, you are a born and bred loser.
To North Pro, another loss, and I'm sick and tired of losing.
There's a big difference between the champion and the challenger in this instance. Because the champion makes something from nothing, and I've been doing that ever since I showed up in the scene. Ricky, there is no amount of trading, there is no amount of back or front rolls that will put you on the level of dead-end Dawson James. So May 15th, threat level red, step up and go the way of the rest of them. Broken and in a fucking pile. Make no mistake, and I want you to get it into your thick skull. None of this happens without me. And you are nothing more than a footnote in my story.
Stories? There's more than one way to tell one. Word of mouth. Pen to paper. Generation to generation. You want a story? Listen. Read. Don't blink. Because a story can be told in sweat, flesh, blood, pain. Here's a story. Once upon a time, there was this big, bad wolf. North Pro Canadian Wrestling. Enjoy the story.
It's not about respect, Travis. It's about getting W's in the column. And of course, Dick Durning has more W's in his column than a lot of people in this part of the world.
Dick Durning. Oh.
You're awesome, Dick. Come on, shake my hand.
See, sportsmanship. We love sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And he kicks the foot away. He was offering sportsmanship.
I would trust Joey White about as far as I can throw him, and that's not very far. What a knife-edge chop, but Durning, unaffected.
Wow. Absolutely zero damage on the first.
Maybe he is a Super Saiyan Chase.
Never seen a Super Saiyan wrestle a ball yet.
Oh, Manhattan drop to the Halifax
And another
native.
big chop, and another big chop.
Knife-edge chop, but Joey able to reverse momentum, goes after Durning and to the outside. And Durning, so smart, sees Gibbons and takes him out too.
I said it's going to be difficult to greet the ring awareness, and here comes the dive.
What a suicida from Dick Durning! And Chase, we've barely
And the
started.
ball cap back on, strutting back to the ring.
You get in the ring.
Alex Scott is
Dick
going to have
Durning.
his hands full.
Taking a lot of flack here.
Oh my goodness!
And this is what I'm talking about. Dick Durning launches his own child with reckless abandon at an opposing tag team. Two men who have about 100 pounds on Bryce on any given day. Yes, he's the blood feather. Yes, he can fly with the best of them. But at what point is this child endangerment, Travis?
If you ask me, that was just brilliant tandem offense. And this Moncton crowd agrees with chants of North Pro and the blood feather, now legal. Bryce full head of steam here. What a neck breaker, using his father as the perch.
I almost think it's unfair when you have this much chemistry. It's a father-son duo. How are you supposed to get into the ring and beat that kind of chemistry? One birthed the other.
That is for Joey White and Evan Gibbons to find out. And Bryce Durning, his knife edge chops, not so bad himself.
Not so bad himself. Like I said, I can't put anything past the kid. He's very good at what he does. I just don't think it's right for his own father to be putting him in these dangerous positions. But I am for the people. I am for the kids. Maybe Dick Durning isn't so much.
Oh, well, Joey White grabbing a hold of our official Alex
And
Scott.
this is what I mean. This is what happens when you put him in these kinds of positions. You're going to have to watch your son take every single blow from the opposite team, including ones that are to their advantage like that. I don't see anything that happened wrong, and neither did the referee.
Listen, my colleague failing to note that Joey White with a low blow to gain advantage, but as you said, the ref can't call what he can't see, and now Dryce is isolated.
Water break.
That is disgusting. Joey White literally spitting in the face of Dick Durning and figuratively spitting in the face
this
by
is what
stomping
you
his
get.
son behind his back.
This is what you get. I cannot condone this behavior, but at the same time, I can say it is slightly on Dick Durning for putting Dryce in this position, the blood feather, on the other side of the ring. He might as well be 6 miles away from his father at the moment.
Listen, Chase, this kid has autonomy. He can compete. This isn't a joke. He's not just here because he's young or whatever. He's here because he, like in the CHL, think of exceptional status. That's Dryce Durning. But sometimes you can't beat the underhanded tactics of New Revolution.
An absolute generational talent Dryce Durning will be someday, but right now getting the ring cut in half.
Come on, Johnny. Come on.
Torture rack into an atomic drop, and Gibbons finishes with a lariat that would make Stan Hansen proud.
Absolute lot of offense to the below the belt region. Dick Durning watching his lineage go up in smoke with every shot.
Dick Durning not allowing his lineage to get up in smoke immediately broke that. Good on him. Now I have to give it to New Revolution. I don't like the underhanded tactics, but these quick tags is brilliant strategy.
This is what tag team wrestling is all about. You cut the ring in half, you get your opponent onto the other side, you do not let them anywhere near their partner, especially if you think you've isolated the weaker partner of the two. I'm not sure Dryce Durning is the weaker partner of the two, but he's certainly the one being isolated right now.
Joey White, only a near fall, but Joey White so good at utilizing those cravats. You saw him set up that inverted penalty kick and diving European uppercut, and now his teammate Gibbons with a shot to the breadbasket.
Shot right to the sternum, taking the wind right out of Dryce Durning.
And keep in mind, we saw Dryce go sternum first into that turnbuckle. These two men,
Shots of his own though, Travis.
the kid's got heart. Can't deny that.
But again, so outsized.
There we go. Ducks the lariat, ducks the backhand, and Dryce, oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness. What a snatch, gut-wrench backbreaker.
Unbelievable strength of Evan Gibbons.
And I'll give it to the kid to kick out of a move like that. Show some fortitude. Evan, you gotta think.
Gibbons so good at utilizing those backbreakers, and once again, tandem offense here. Dryce, as you said, probably feels like he is in Halifax, distance-wise from his father right now. But as I say that, no! Spoke too soon. Chase, can Dryce make this tag?
Trying his best, but again, the ring awareness of Joey. Oh, big forearm. Nobody to go to now.
Oh, small package, but 1, 2,
And
3.
again,
This match would be over, Chase.
Here's what the inexperience of Dryce comes in. He should have known that this would distract the referee. Now him and his father are out a win.
Inexperience. Joey White took a cheap shot at his father, and Alex, doing his best, had to deal with it. Oh, what a big boot from Joey White.
To the face.
I was going to say, I don't think much could feel worse than that boot, but then he tasted that ring post.
Come on, Rap. This is easy shit. Come on,
Dick Durning being exiled to the outside.
You often hear the phrase in combat sports, just being bullied. Look at the arrogant pinfall of Gibbons. They know they're firmly in the driver's seat. The crowd rallying behind Dick, though.
Absolutely, they do love the Durnings, but you have to think there's only so much punishment this kid can take.
Oh, look at this! Look at this flurry! We got a hockey fight in the home of the Moncton Wildcats!
Flurry of blows from Dryce Durnings, summoning the anime that he's wearing the tights to represent. But again, it's the size difference, Travis.
Oh, what a combat roll to create space! Durning now, able to land on the second rope, take out White! Oh! Jumping backwards into a face buster, and Dryce has life!
Incredible. It is absolutely incredible what this young man can do. The question is, can he get to his father?
For the last little bit, a combined 453 pounds has been holding Dryce Durning down, and this might be the space he needs.
North Pro faithful banging their hearts out in support of the Durnings, but I am not sure it's going to be enough. So close to Joey White in the corner. It's any man's game right now. There's a tag.
And
Dick Durning.
Dick Durning's legal, and like a house of fire, he has taken out the New Revolution.
There's one man in the Maritimes you do not want to see get on a roll against you. It's this man.
What a neckbreaker DDT combo, taking out two men at once. Kick to the corner, and Dick loves this bulldog through the ropes, and this time he's sending Joey into Evan Gibbons.
A little bit of just desserts for the below the belt offense earlier on. You see another blatant Lobo, this time for the
Would you
Durnings.
stop? Oh, we got some father and son dismay here. Dick through the ropes. And Chase, did Dryce blind tag?
I'm telling you, this is the inexperience level of Dryce Durning coming into play. The legal man setting himself up for failure. Oh!
And what a dunk on him. And New Revolution
New
wins it.
Revolution proved that sometimes the experience of a father and a son can be beaten by a professional tag team of two adults. New Revolution with a big win over a very game Durning family, but like I said, the size difference just comes into play, the cutting off in half of the ring. A great display by the New Revolution.
Trizzy, calm down, bud. Calm down, man. It's all right.
They cheap shot it.
I know they were cheap shotting you, dude. Don't worry about it. This is a life lesson right now. We can't lose our heads when it comes to this. They just played a mental game, and they won. They won. I know they were cheap shotting you. I know they were taking corners, but we can't lose our heads over this. Back to the drawing board. Bigger and better. Let's go.
But as good as that effort was, coming off 2 losses in title matches has to be disheartening. That has to weigh on you a little bit going to this match.
It's definitely going to be a little bit of a mental factor, but is that going to be the deciding factor? I don't think so.
That is very uncharacteristic of Dayton Cameron, the behind attack.
I don't call it uncharacteristic. I call it opportunistic. And that is what you need to win in this game. You're not going to win matches with bubbles. You're not going to win matches with catchy entrance themes. You're going to win matches doing everything you can to win matches. It's quite simple.
Well, you heard Alex Robbins say, my bad, my bad. He agrees with you. He took his eye off the ball, but now we're getting some very technical wrestling here. I think an underrated aspect of Robbins' game is his technical ability because he's known for that high-flying style.
He's quick, he's fast. That's what makes him such an elusive target.
Alex Robbins doing a very good job. Dayton Cameron, no joke, a graduate of the New Japan LA Dojo.
Absolutely. Went down with Rudy Lockhart. Learned with and from the best.
Tyler Bateman, the DKC. Oh, Royce Isaacs, and what a shoulder tackle showing his strength. Leapfrog here from Robbins. Oh, brilliant counter. Little dipsy doodle and a beautiful arm drag.
Absolutely. Another arm drag coming now. Robbins paying attention to the crowd too much.
What a shotgun drop kick from Alex Robbins, and he is feeling himself. Perhaps saying another bullet coming.
Big shot to the turnbuckle.
Textbook trip from Robbins, and he thrives off the energy from the people. And he might be Bahamian, but shades of a little Latino heat and a rolling thunder a la Rob Van Dam.
Did not get all of that rolling thunder.
Evidently, you see.
Which allowed Dayton to kick out. Big double stomp now.
And that's what I love about Robbins. He doesn't waste a lot of motion. Kick out, back on the target.
And it's a lot of motion.
Oh, what a double chop to the throat from Cameron.
And a huge cutter.
Hangman cutter off the top turnbuckle. Could this be it early? And Robbins able to get his shoulder up.
Like I said, still in the early goings of this matchup, but you're already seeing the two differences. You see Alex Robbins, the going to the crowd, the trying to hype people up, isn't going to get you anywhere. Dayton, a much more grounded approach than I've seen him do in recent matches. It's nice to see.
Oh, the crowd trying to get behind Robinson, and a picture-perfect suplex from Cameron. Again, Cameron, do you think maybe should have hooked the leg on that?
Maybe giving Alex Robbins a little bit too much daylight there.
You know, don't underestimate Alex Robbins. He can, in the blink of an eye, change things. As I said that, ducks the lariat and hits a cutter of his own.
Oh, and an incredible rebound off the ripcord.
Oh, and Cameron able
gets
to
that
kick
shoulder up, like I said.
Both these men so tenacious, so resilient. And Robbins calling for the 2-4-2.
Is that smart, though? Telegraphing what you're going to do, telling your opponent what's coming next. And look where it gets him. Huge clothesline from Cameron.
Chase, that was very well said. You called it. He showed his deck a little too much.
Yeah, maybe don't tell your opponent what you're about to do with the scissor thing and then not expect to get completely cut off.
Well, he showed his hand, and we mentioned that Cameron, a student of New Japan, that was a New Japan level lariat, and a discus elbow.
Speaking of New Japan, some absolute stiff shots.
Speaking of New Japan, a great Muda-esque Shining Wizard, and is this it? Oh my goodness, Robbins, so tough, so hard to put away. That's why they call him the Conk Sensei.
The Conk Sensei is right, but looking like he is stuck on that island from Lord of the Flies. They used the Conk too, and look where that got them. Look where it's getting Alex Robbins right now.
Cameron loves to use that Rainmaker. Robbins had it scouted. Hook kick and a thrust kick. 2-4-2. Will it get the 1-2-3?
Crawling over, giving Cameron some time. And there's the kick out, not able to crawl over quick enough.
I'm happy you said that, Chad. I think the only thing that saved Cameron there is that Robbins was not able to get to the cover quick enough. Robbins here thinking moonsault, no water in the pool.
No water in the pool, and that is why turning your back on your opponent, even for a moonsault.
What a DDT from Cameron. I think this might be hit.
Oh.
And I criticized him earlier for not hooking the leg. He had both
legs hooked. I was just about to say, Travis, both legs hooked. Robbins still able to kick out. I'll give the kid something. He does have a lot of tenacity here.
What an opener. This is the stuff you can expect to see at North Pro Wrestling. Oh, a jumping back kick from Robbins. So quick how he's able to reverse momentum like that. Oh, and again.
Educated feet does not cover it. But the man educated by the LA New Japan Dojo definitely on the back foot here.
Forearms here from Robbins. Weight advantage here from Cameron. Able to reverse momentum, but we mentioned that elusiveness at the beginning of the match, man. A phenomenal forearm.
Phenomenal conch forearm coming out at Cameron. He's rolling out of the ring now. Not sure if this is wise against a high flyer, though.
Yeah, Cameron thinks he's safe, but with a man this fast and high agility, no one's safe. Oh, he cuts him off. Perhaps playing possum.
Exactly. There is the teachings of the LA Dojo right there. Know when to strike, and that was a perfect counteroffensive to a high-flying move. No counter for that, though. Right off the apron.
Robbins able to recover quick with that kick, followed by the forearm through the ropes. Emily Parker, senior official, trying to get control here. And Chase, I can't even see where these men are, these flew so far.
I think one is halfway through the curtain and halfway out. At a count of 5.
We're halfway through the count and they're not stirring yet.
6! All right, guys, come on, let's go. Back in the ring. 7!
Robbins able to get in first. No, I spoke too soon. Commentator's curse. Cameron with a knife edge chop. Run 8, Chase.
Now a brawl on the outside.
Oh, don't end like this. Don't end like this. They're losing control. Damn it.
Damn, it's a double count out. There we go. And Cameron making sure he gets his money's worth. Alex Robbins held Cameron to the outside, forcing the double count out. Cameron getting his just desserts.
What are you talking about? Cameron just threw Robbins into a brick wall after the match.
And now look what's happened here. Alex Robbins ruined a perfectly good match. Holding. And now it's a draw. Nobody likes to see a draw. Alex Robbins knew he was on the back foot, knew Cameron was coming for him, and that the end was near, so he held them to the outside of the ring to get the double count out.
Justin Newhook doing the right thing, trying to get control here. I think that Freudian slip was right. I do think Cameron ruined that match.
What more do I have to do? What more do I have to do?
What the hell was that, bro? I know
What?
we're not
What?
homies, but we agreed to have a friendly, respectful competition. So I don't know what the hell that was out there. Listen, I don't know what you're going through, but you need to get it together.
Yeah.
You acting crazy.
Oh, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm not crazy! I'm not crazy! This place... Ah!
North Pro, I'm back! Last time I was here, 2 matches, 2 wins. To quote the great Goldberg, who's next? You're next, big boy!
I don't want to bet against either of these men. That's a lot of pounds, and I don't mean the currency. Here's some fans yelling out meat, and that is what's on the menu. Maifa.
This is a 100% carnivore match.
Maifa intimidating our official Alex Scott. I do not envy him having to get between these two behemoths.
Absolutely not.
And the fans maybe a little endeared by the test.
Yeah,
of
well,
strength.
the fans also said 6-7 when the referee was counting the count out last match, so you can't count on education from the people of Moncton.
I hate that I agree with you for once, at least with the 6-7 thing, but back to the task at hand. We got a stalemate here, Chase.
It is going to be a stalemate for most of this match. These are 2 absolute trucks running into each other on the Trans-Canada.
Oh, a hat trick! A headbutt from Maifa!
And does not move on the shoulder tackle.
Let's run it back!
I think you could do it 5 more times. I'm not sure there's any moving Maifa.
I think our table just shook, Chase. From all the way up here. Ducks the lariat. And a shoulder tackle from Bjornsson.
Maifa doing the smart thing straight to the outside.
Bjornsson deceptively agile.
Absolutely. Listen, anybody from Newfoundland has to be deceptively agile because you're always jumping around to try to get around that desolate island.
Has him in. Asking the buys to count with him.
Now, he wasn't asking the crowd to count along with him, Travis. He was asking the crowd just to count because being from Newfoundland, he actually can't count to 10.
Oh, my goodness. All I know is he nearly broke Maifa's sternum with those clubbing shots, and that's no easy feat. Oh, and guillotines him across the rope.
Again, taking that time to talk to the fans is going to cost him here. Maifa
How do you bring down a
going to take every single chance he gets. There is no room to breathe when you are in the ring with the Slaughterhouse.
You mentioned room to breathe, and you see him choking him in the corner. Poor Alex Scott has to get control here.
That's why you got to a count of 5, Travis. Maifa knows that. He's going to use every second of that 5 count.
That's how you bring down a big man. You saw that chop block earlier. And look at the strength of Maifa, throwing 315 pounds like it's a cruiserweight.
Straight off of that turnbuckle. No give to that ring post at all. And a massive suplex.
Look at him stalking his prey like he's in the Serengeti. And Bjornsson in a world of hurt here.
Maifa with the shoulder tackles in the corner. You said there's a lot of meat in that ring, and it's very apropos. Maifa's name is the Slaughterhouse. I think he's going to be chopping up some blocks here. And as I say that, the reversal.
The exposed chest of Maifa and Bjornsson just laying in. Maifa, though, with that signature headbutt, hurts Bjornsson. Now he's back in the driver's seat. Do you want to try this again out?
Can't get him up. Bjornsson with a suplex of his own.
Both these men are not only over 300 pounds, they can throw around 300 pounds like it's nothing.
Absolutely. That's what you'll see here at North Pro. Deceptively agile. Both of these big men able to pull out some crazy things.
Don't love that. Maifa with the eye rake.
All's fair in love and wrestling, Travis. Maifa's made a career out of hacking and slashing his way through opponents, and you're not going to see anything different here.
Well, you see him bending the rules now. Anything to get in. I don't blame him when you're facing a man from the Viking territory of Lansing Meadows, Newfoundland. And as I say that,
and listen, bending the rules is fine. The referee is right there. If he wants to disqualify him, he can. He has full view of everything happening here.
Evidently not, because he missed that eye rake from that angle, but I caught it. And a shoulder tackle from Maifa drops the big Viking. Is this it, Chase? Oh, only a 1 count.
A 1 count.
Now, these are big boys. Is it wise to expend that energy, or are you making a statement?
Frequent counters are a good thing in all respects, Travis. And with these big guys, yes, they hit hard and they fly around a lot for men their size. But the gas tank does have an E, no matter how big you are. But when you're bigger, and I know this, I'm a big man as well, that gas tank depletes a lot quicker. So frequent covers in this case, I think, would behoove whoever's looking for the win here.
I have to question that gas tank thing, seeing how Maifa is moving.
Yeah, but Maifa is different. Maifa is a freak of nature, as we're seeing here.
That, Chase? She took a headbutt and didn't budge.
When a man headbutts for a living, headbutting him seems like a stupid idea to me.
Never headbutt a Slaughterhouse is what I'm learning tonight, and Maifa firmly in the driver's seat. These 12-6 elbows on the collarbone.
Bjornsson deep into the reeds now, being absolutely brutalized by Maifa.
Alex Scott checking if Bjornsson wants to continue. I think that's a foolish endeavor, because there's one thing this man won't do is quit.
You're never going to see either of these men give up, even though it's probably the smart decision on Bjornsson's part right now.
And finally, a headbutt has an effect for Bjornsson. What a Blue Thunder bomb from Oni Bjornsson. Moving slow, sucking wind.
Absolutely.
We're deep into this match.
Again, going for a you can't see me, going for crowd interaction, and it costs him once again. Maifa to take advantage. Wow.
What a Samoan drop.
Absolutely massive Samoan drop.
I'll be honest with you, Chase. I thought they were going to go through the canvas on that one.
Absolutely massive impact. 600 pounds worth of impact on that Samoan drop.
Unbelievable.
It's like throwing around an iceberg from Iceberg Alley. But if there's one man that can do it, it's Maifa.
Well, the straps are down, and if he didn't mean business before, he certainly does now. Mayafa signaling for the end. For a ripcord lariat.
Huge spine buster.
Mayafa just went sky high, but is able to kick out. Only a 2 count for the big man. The bigger man, I should say.
I was going to say both big men here.
Bjornsson thinking, what do I have to do to put this man away?
Signaling he's going to the top rope. I hope we have insurance here at the Tide and Boar.
How often do you see a guy this size go to the top, Chase? Mayafa may be able to stumble out of the way just by luck. Oh, perhaps
my
playing
goodness,
possum,
Mayafa.
trying to catch him. He's on that middle rope, perch, raining. These
Both
right
big men
hands.
up, both big men up on the top now, Travis. Dangerous position.
And the deeper this match goes, the more Bjornsson's headbutts start to have an effect. You see Mayafa reeling. And down goes Mayafa.
Bjornsson up on top now.
And the fall from Asgard! Alex, count to 20! What a victory for Bjornsson.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Covey Christ. Covey, you've lost the last 2 matches against Rudy Lockhart for the championship. And tonight you're looking to bounce back against TNA knockout Jody Threat. Tell me how you're feeling.
It's a great way to start this interview. Covey, you lost. Covey, you're a loser. Covey, you just lost multiple times in a row. That's a really nice way of starting this off. You're right. I did lose recently. I lost to Rudy multiple times. I lost to Dawson James in a 4-way match. You're right. I can't seem to close out the big one. But when I became #1 contender for the Trios Championships, Pro Wrestling Ontario Trios Championships, did I get to wrestle with Sabotage for that? No. Who took my spot, Jesse? Who took my spot?
Jody Threat.
Yeah. Did Jody Threat win a #1 contendership spot here? No. Jody lost twice in a row. And did you come to me in this interview and say, Covey, how does it feel wrestling Jody Threat after she's lost multiple times? No. You presented me as a loser. And so tonight, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove to everybody that I'm not a loser. I'm going to beat TNA knockout Jody Threat. And I'm going to prove to everyone here that I was supposed to be the PWO Trios champion by myself. Stupid. Loser.
All right, Jody, you ready? Yeah. All right, ring the bell!
Jesse having Jody Threat here.
Magician, right? Some sort of magician monitor?
Submission magician. You pay attention.
Submission magician nearly won with a little sleight of hand. Listen, I'm over here bragging about Jody's wins over Mercedes Monet and her tag team championships in TNA, but Covey, no slouch. He is trained by a 3-headed dragon of Canadian wrestling royalty, Scott D'Amore, Tyson Dukes, and Johnny Devine, and Can-Am Pro Wrestling in Windsor. But you see, Jody with that crossface, trained by the great Josh Alexander.
There is so much talent in the ring right now. spanning the entire country by degrees of separation.
And not just the entire country. Covey Christ has toured Europe.
Absolutely. Jody Threat, renowned, known the world over, too.
A wild child. Very wild. What's that? Listen. All right. You want to get wild?
Covey, I think a little surprised at what Jody can bring.
I was about to say, I'm not understanding why Covey is so surprised.
Yeah, Covey prides himself as a student of the game, an encyclopedia of pro wrestling. He should know that Jody Threat is just that.
Absolutely. There is absolutely nobody that I would want to be in the ring with less than Jody Threat. There is a variable with her. And as we're seeing right now, this is a jockeying for position.
When something as rudimental as a collar and elbow tie-up becomes this violent and aggressive, you know we're in for a treat. Neither competitor able to get the better of each other.
Absolutely. This is a 100% stalemate. Rolling outside of the ring now.
Even rolling under didn't break the collar and elbow, and they're still engaged in this chase.
Fighting over toward the bar. Out of our reach, Travis, I can't see.
That's unfortunate. Emily has to
You just heard New Hook of Sabotage say, relax the rules. Letting them go here.
Hey, you know, they often say, let them fight. Emily.
This is a let them fight situation, Travis, if I've ever seen one.
And Jody Threat finally able to get the better, and I don't think I've ever heard a louder reaction for a headlock in my life.
Absolutely not. Tide and Boar, very excited to see Jody Threat here. Tell you who's not excited right now. It's Christ.
A headlock.
Struggling for air.
A headlock takeover sounds like a routine maneuver, but just a month ago, we saw the AEW title change hands via a headlock takeover.
Absolutely.
So
Anything.
Don't be surprised, kids.
Anything can happen. Any move can be deadly. Any move can end the match. As we're seeing right now.
This is beautiful chain wrestling. Catch as catch can. Who can get the better of each other? And you say this is an uneducated crowd. Look at how this crowd reacts for pure wrestling.
Absolutely.
We are educated.
Listen, they're going to know good wrestling when they see it, when it's this amount of talent in the ring together.
Hard
Jody Threat elevates everybody she's in the ring with to her level, but Covey Christ is one that might be about as close as Jody Threat's come to facing in a long time. Like you said, just beat Mercedes Monet, but in for a challenge here tonight as well. Big shoulder block from the Wild Child.
And listen, it might surprise people that Jody has the strength advantage, but she did strongman competitions in Toronto, as you see by that fireman's carry. But Covey able to get waist control, thinking O'Connor roll. What a tilt-a-whirl head scissors from Jody Threat.
Absolutely, Travis. Jody Threat, a multiple sport athlete.
And you hear her screaming her lungs out while throwing those lariats.
Absolutely whiplashing Christ off the back of that turnbuckle.
Nearly got herself disqualified. The Tide and Boar at Moncton. And Covey realizing why the show's called Threat Level Red. Jody now bashes the Savior into the top turnbuckle and chase. Jody's feeling herself.
Big clothesline, but a kick out.
And Jody thinking that could have done it, but Covey's so resilient. This man has been grappling since he was 14 years of age.
I will say, Jody finding the talent that she's facing here on the East Coast trip. A lot to handle.
She was going for the Big Mac combo there. Covey Christ, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Keeping her up. Huge face buster. And a German.
You saw that combo of the transfiguration and a German suplex from Covey Christ.
You could say it was the killer instinct that gave him that combo.
And now Covey getting some love too. He is very familiar in this neck of the woods. You can say that many in the Tide and Boar are his apostles, but took his eye off the ball, answers back with a hard right hand.
It's a difficult task for the Tide and Boar to figure out who they want to cheer for. Do you cheer for your usual hometown fare that you're used to, or do you cheer for one of the greatest female wrestlers in the world,
You even see
Jody
Covey.
Threat?
Covey was surprised at the cheers for him because he doesn't know what's going on. Snapmare into a foot stomp.
Oh my goodness.
And is that the last call for Jody Threat? Lateral press, she's able to kick out.
Plenty of gas left in the tank of the Wild Child.
You saw fans commenting before the bell even rung about her cardio. It takes a lot to put this woman down. That top rope. The strength of Threat, as we mentioned, a little too much for Christ right here. Able to finally get control, and was that a clothesline from heaven?
Almost. Down onto the Wild Child now. Frequent covers once again.
And Covey, Christ, maybe too exhausted to hook the leg after those elbows. He has given everything he's got.
Both competitors worn down, Travis. Difficult for him to even get onto that cover.
To thank North Pro Wrestling for putting on this match because this is over-delivered already. And I mentioned how cerebral Christ is. See him isolating the left leg of Threat.
Doing the smart thing, especially now that she is tired. Now is the time to strike, and now is the time to start picking out a limb and trying to open up something to get out of this 2.5 count situation he finds himself in.
Covey, Christ, jaw-jacking with our loyal fan Sarah, should be focusing on Jody as we just saw from those kicks to the midsection.
Jody Threat will take advantage, but no.
Textbook schoolboy. Oh, look at that transition into a knee bar.
Lot of immaculate chain wrestling happening in front of us, Travis. Jody Threat getting separated from the ropes as well. Christ's body is between Threat and the ropes. A smart maneuver to try to keep the rope break from happening.
And I asked Christ about some of his idols. He mentioned technical wrestlers like Bret Hart, like Steve Corino, and we're seeing it here, the way he's grapevining that leg. And Jody using the 12-6 elbows, the hammer and anvil to get to that rope.
There is absolutely nobody who has more tenacity in that ring than Jody Threat. You will not get a tap out from her very often.
Look at the depth of maneuvers Covey Christ has. When's the last time you've seen an Indian deathlock?
And a huge slap right to the breadbasket by Threat.
Okay, it's an unconventional way to get out of it, but
anything to relieve that pressure, Travis. Anything to relieve that pressure.
And Covey told me he loves 90s Japanese wrestling. Jody was busting out Kobashi-style rapid-fire chops, but look at this modified abdominal stretch chase, almost like a hybrid of an abdominal stretch and an octopus.
Using the stoutness of Jody Threat against her, contorting the spine into ways it should not be turned.
And
now more jockeying for position.
Covey Christ using that 27-pound weight advantage, trying to just pin down the shoulders any way he can on Threat, and she, what core strength, bridges out of it.
You said a power lifter. This is a bench press situation. How much can you press?
Oh, tried to put everything he could on it. Jody reverses into a pin of her own, and Covey with some core strength.
Back and forth here from two mat technicians, Travis.
I think he can hear us.
I'm not 100% sure that that's correct.
Maybe he heard us. I think he took offense to it. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Covey Christ with a delayed vertical suplex. Maybe held her too long.
Blood rushing to the
and
head. Jody Threat. The blood rushing to the head of Christ. He shouldn't have taken that moment. He shouldn't have counted his chickens before they hatched.
Walking around with 182 pounds like
I think
nothing.
we have the answer to who's stronger than who.
And Moncton, New Brunswick, firmly behind the Threat level red, the Wild Child. Jody Threat. She's asking for a beverage.
Jody Threat enjoying some refreshments up here.
Is she like Popeye? Knee pads up. Oh, not able to parry the second time, and they're exchanging strikes.
Pivotal moments of this match now, Travis. We are in deep.
Oh, what a right hand!
All the force in the world behind that forearm of Jody Threat.
Jody Threat. What? Oh, Christ able to evade. And we got a hockey fight, Chase.
We do. In amongst the crowd now is the Wild Child.
I haven't seen a Torontonian throw hands like that since Ty Domi.
Hey, we're not stepping on the foot of legends here now.
I'm giving credit where credit is due. That's as high as a compliment as I can give. You should know that as a Torontonian.
I lived in Toronto, but I'm an Oilers guy. Never forget it.
And brawling through the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you can expect at North Pro. This is wrestling for the people, by the people, and they are brawling through the people.
I was about to say we are in the people right now.
He said that she is from your local mosh pit. Is a local mosh pit going to break out, Chase?
See, that's the thing. I think she just makes wherever she is the local mosh pit. But after seeing her several times in Toronto, I can say I have seen Jody Threat shed blood in a lot of different arenas against a lot of different opponents. And let me tell you, there's always violence and there's always insanity. As we see here, down on the bar.
You're letting me know that threat level red means multiple things when it comes to a Jody Threat match.
Out of the view of us up here in commentary, but the fans reacting, all the phones are out.
Emily Parker trying to do her best here.
Emily Parker has a hell of a task right now, trying to keep a bottle on top of all this chaos.
Listen, if there's any person I want to referee a match of this caliber, it's someone who's refereed NWA World Title matches, and she's letting it go. This is pure chaos, Chase. And Emily getting some love. I mean, I can't say it's not deserved.
Can't say it's not deserved. Probably the best referee that we have, but that's not saying a whole lot.
Oh, dear. I'll leave it at giving her praise, but let's go back to the action here. This is utter chaos. They're by the bar. They're throwing hands. The fans are loving it. You'll have to pardon us at home. This is out of view. We're just going off a crowd reaction right now. I kind of feel like Human Man a little bit.
A little bit like Human Man. We can't see, but I think me and you have a little bit more sense of what's going on.
That is true. Using the North Pro faithful as our eyes right now. Saying hell no. Before some offense there, and Covey appears to be blinded. Perhaps took a drink to the eye, who knows? All I know is that Threat is in the driver's seat. Oh, he's gouging the eyes.
Covey realizing now that if he wants to win this match, he's going to pull out all the stops.
The man with the last name Christ. I thought an eye for an eye left the whole world blind, but apparently not. Covey Christ. Gonna drop her on her head on the ring apron.
Jody Threat fighting with all she's worth. And right back into the ring.
You see her rocking out. She's headbanging. She's in the driver's seat. Oh, parries the shot. Saying, give it to me, baby. Christ has no answer. And again, those Kobashi-esque rapid-fire
Jody
strikes.
Threat showing out every strike she's got.
Turning Christ back into a drum. Kick to the midsection. What a boost.
Pump kick to the side of the head.
And we got a Big Mac combo, followed by a German suplex.
I think that was supersized with fries.
Oh my goodness.
Not cooked enough, it seems, to put away Christ.
She's saying that the end is not near. The end is here. Handful of hair. Fireman's carry position on Christ. And was going for the pop shove it from her skateboarding days. And what an upkick.
Jody, dazed.
A final cut, and is this the final cut for Jody Threat? No, emphatically kicks out, and Christ looks like he just saw Christ.
Christ, you can tell just by the look on his face, doesn't know what he should do next.
Calling to the heavens, he told me himself that he considers the ring his church. Wrestling is his religion, and we're seeing it in full effect.
Well, here's the church. Here is the steeple.
And a headbutt to satisfy all the people. Threat from the middle rope here. Oh, Covey. Maybe a serving of cheeky Nando's.
In an uncompromised position is Jody Threat, now up in the torture rack.
Jody Threat is dead!
Going for transfiguration. Jody able to get out of it. Ducks the lariat, and what a spear! And are we at X Games? Because I think we're going to see a pop shove it!
And something tells me Christ will not rise again.
Don't be confused. Just because he showed us some total non-stop action, we are at North Pro Canadian Wrestling, and that is what you are guaranteed when you come to our shows.
You want to talk about making an impact? Jody Threat did just that in her North Pro debut.
I don't think Christ knows he's in Moncton right now, but Jody Threat with a little victorious headbang. No, she's in the winner's column. Oh, she's calling for quiet.
I don't have a mic, but I think you can hear me. Very important. Don't forget to tip your beer tender!
A woman of the people. Remind her to tip those in the service industry.
You know, in perfect New Rev fashion, we won the war of the minds in this one. You see, we outsmarted Dick and Dryce, getting Dryce all hot and ready to make a fatal mistake, which is exactly what happened. And as long as we're around, everybody in the tag division is going to be making fatal mistakes. So suck it.
Boy, you know,
Come on! Get your kid! Parent your goddamn kid. Get your freaking kid, Dick!
Sebby, stop playing with the mic.
I thought it was an ice cream cone.
No, it's a microphone. Sebby, we have a match tonight.
Me too.
It's 3 of us versus a shadow agent.
Okay.
But we know what we have? We have DDT version
V3.
Let me do the 3.
Okay,
Me and you've worked together.
Yeah.
And you and Mr. Wall have worked together.
Daniel, hey.
Daniel, we got a seat in the middle for you here.
Hi,
We're a
guys.
team now.
Yeah.
And so
We're a team.
me and him have worked.
Yeah.
And
We worked together.
And you two work.
It
And we're
ended so
definitely
well.
gonna work. And check this out. It has to work.
Because we got shirts.
Because
Look at
we got shirts.
Look at that. Yeah. Put that on.
Excuse me.
The shirt and
If I could put a shirt on correctly.
this is what teamwork looks like. More like give me a tug here.
I'm swimming in mine.
Switch these.
But I'm comfy.
We got team shirts.
We do.
That's
That means we're gonna win.
Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna kick
Look,
some ass.
we're gonna win in the name of t-shirts.
We're gonna be a team.
We gonna win tonight?
We're gonna win straight and narrow.
Yeah.
We're not cheating. We're good guys.
No cheat. No cheating.
No cheating.
Yeah, we
no
talked
cheating.
we talked about this. We did.
Like just
Not
a little
even
bit.
No cheating.
Okay. All right.
Don't kick some butt.
All right. Fine.
That's right. DDT version
V.
version 3.
V3.
Bring home the win tonight.
Thanks for the t-shirt, boys.
Threat level red. We were showing reds as you could call it a Manhattan drop, certainly a modified one, and a running knee from Sebi.
I'll make fun of Sebi all night long for the way he looks, but the way he wrestles cannot be denied.
Daniel, now legal. What a combo from DDT 3 and putting the boot through Ryan McGrath's face. Nearly kicked the beard off his face. And the Sebi elbow lands clean.
Mahler praying, behooving his teammate to do something to keep the punishment from coming on.
Daniel Wall just fell out. People have long out the legal man.
And a big backdrop.
The Acadian Twister from AWOL.
And again the boos, but I will say this is what gets the job done. It's not bubbles. It's not the coming out with the matching t-shirts and the meandering around. It is the viciousness. It is people like Mahler that keep these shows running, people who can get it done, get the wins in their column, and direct their team to some actual athletic competition and cut out the BS, Travis.
Well, the Mahler biting and choking, doing everything in his power to Daniel Wall, while Sebi and Bobby Boyette trying to get behind him. And Daniel Wall behind the wall that is Shadow Agency right now. We talked earlier about tag team wrestling, rapid fire tags, isolation, Daniel Wall, combat roll, and the big man's in. 365 pounds from Shreveport.
Big shoulder block. Big shoulder block again. The Mahler is reeling.
What a splash from Bobby. Throws the Mahler down and is thinking, oh, little step over and a chop to the dome.
Bobby, I may not like the physique, I may not like the shenanigans, but you can't argue with results. This man gets it done.
Don't let the demeanor fool you. A two-time AAU champion. Oh, and Pete LeBlanc with the knee behind the back to the back, and the Mahler brings down the big man. Bobby, Double B able to kick out. But again,
Mahler dealing with an absolute mammoth of a man.
Shadow Agency here. 365 pounds. It's going to take two men. And Bobby. What a headbutt. The native of Shreveport, Louisiana. full of gumbo and anger, and launches McGrath into the corner and thinking, oh, that's the biggest shoulder tackle I've ever seen.
Absolutely massive shoulder tackle. Born on the Bayou is BB.
Carrying McGrath like a child and dropping him like nothing, and launches Daniel Wall with that elbow. Some brilliant tandem offense.
Big swing, big miss.
And a sling blade. And now turnabout's fair play. He's choking McGrath in the ropes. Sebi and Bobby admonishing him. How do you feel about that, Chase?
Be quite honest, the admonishing is not needed. There's been so much happening tonight that at this point we are picking and choosing.
It is.
You got to the count of 5. To the count of 5.
I hate to say I understand with Daniel Wall resorting to their tactics, but maybe fight fire with fire. I do admire Sebi and Bobby's integrity, but their integrity isn't helping Daniel right now.
How much integrity is worth at the pay window? 0. That's how much it's worth at the pay window. Your integrity only gets you so far. It's your intensity that you have to think about.
Both men launching Wall into a
massive pump kick. Double axe handle straight to the floor.
You saw Wall launched into that Manhattan drop, followed by the big boot and the axe handle, and the Mauler is really an instrument of violence. Now getting in the face of our official, Emily Parker. Oh! I don't think he was saying she's number 1, Chase.
However, she is a referee. She has to have ironclad feelings. If her feelings get hurt by a little hand gesture.
Ducks the ripcord lariat, and the general nuisance is in.
He's got a foreign object.
With the bubbles.
He's got a bubble gun in there. Again, Sebi.
What a bubble neck breaker. Is this it?
Yeah, Sebi just got his bubble popped, realizing he messed with all 3 of the Shadow Agency at the same time in there, and he brought in a foreign object that if I were them, I would use it against him. He was allowed to use it against them. Why can they not pick up the bubble gun?
Well, they call him the bringer of ruckus, but he's also the bringer of bubbles, and the Mauler might want to bite off that bubble gun wielding hand.
Get rid of the trigger finger.
Handful of that wild hair. Oh, what a combo from Sebi.
STO in the middle of the ring. AWOL smartly crossing the ring, cutting off the tag.
I hate
taking
to
down
see
the 2
it.
members of DDT3. So Sebi is alone in there with Mauler. A smart move.
I hate to see it. I don't like the tactics of Shadow Agency, but they're effective. The Dartmouth native Sebi isolated, but able to create some space here on Mauler, and flips the double bird, and now he's on the middle rope, and Mauler shocked to see it, and the shoulder tackle.
Sebi, like I said, unorthodox.
Sebi's not gonna fly.
Someone's about to get their bubble popped.
Full head of steam, and Sebi putting the dart in Dartmouth takes down everyone in this match. The war cry of the bringer of ruckus, the general nuisance, and he is a nuisance for the Shadow
Nuisance
Agent.
is a great way to put it. Guy needs to go to an esthetician. He looks like a chia pet in there.
Well, hair may be an issue, but also for the Mauler, you saw Sebi handful of beard and a clubbing blow to Manning, and now Double B. Now he's legal. There's some
A
hesitation.
little bit of malfunction at the junction there on the tag, but they got in. Now Mahler.
Into the final cut. And Bobby's thinking, whoopsie! That's got to be it. 1, 2, and McGrath there to kick Bobby over, not just break the pin.
The force on that kick.
I got to say, it generated some impact because that's 365 pounds he launched.
Now there's a third B in his name, and that stands for boot.
There you go, a little soul food on the menu. And a lariat side Russian leg sweep combo. This could be it. Daniel Wall. He might not always like his actions, but he's a team player.
Saying he's got it. I'm not sure you should say that ahead of time when you're up against Mahler.
He was thinking hammerlock DDT. You talked about it all night about isolating. And the
heart attack.
No, my friend. That's the hate attack.
Even better.
And hate triumphs DDT 3. And Shadow Agency has a date with Destiny down the road. They can become Trios champs.
Looks like that Wall just got knocked down.
Really, boys? Really?
What?
Why did you guys stop me out there?
All right, sit down.
I was like, yeah, but they were also cheating. Like, why stop me from? I don't get it.
Well, because you could get disqualified and lose instantly.
They didn't get disqualified and lose instantly.
They were taking an unnecessary risk, and that's not sportsmanly. Come on, man. It's
listen, we're version 3.
Yeah.
We have to stick together. 7 seasons and a freaking movie. We got to go with it. We have to do better. We have to work harder. We got to be smarter. We got to be faster. Listen. Let's all go train this week. Let's train as hard as we can, and then when we come back here, we're going to go after those PWO belts.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can do it without cheating.
Cheating bad.
Cheating is bad. Here. You take this. Well, we're gonna go. Come on. Take your time. Think about what you did. We can improve. We're gonna do better.
Cheating is not bad. Cheating is very, very good. Cheating is very, very good, and we could have won if I cheated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, the #1 contender for the Northern Star Championship, the Ghost, Ricky Mortis. Ricky, you've fought your way to the top. You've battled through adversity, whether in the tag division or as a singles competitor. You beat Kevin Bryan to become the new #1 contender. Tell me how you're feeling tonight going into your first ever main event title match.
Cool if I take the mic? See? I'm not scared of you, Dawson. People like me don't usually get opportunities like this. But I've been working my ass off. I deserve that Northern Star Championship. Dawson, you better be ready for a fight. You better be ready for a war. That title's mine.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. And is for the Northern Star Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from the streets of Moncton, weighing in at 190 pounds, the Ghost, Ricky Mortis! And his opponent, from Port-au-Basque, Newfoundland, 130 pounds, he is your reigning, defending Northern Star Champion, Dead End, Dawson James!
Little harsher reaction for Dawson than usual. As for Ricky, the dark one is beloved. There it is. They often say the Northern Star is the guide. Well, what's going to guide these men to the championship?
We are off. The main event has begun. And then Dawson James and Ricky Mortis.
On an elbow to start this matchup. The challenger showing he's not afraid despite giving up 30 pounds. And Dawson had to break that.
Dawson James, just an absolute barrel-chested individual. Ricky Mortis will not have the strength advantage, but Ricky Mortis might just have the agility advantage and the intelligence advantage. Ricky Mortis, a crafty player. Gonna have to use every bit of that craftiness against the Northern Star champion.
Look how smart Ricky Mortis is, though. Using the ring to his advantage with that leverage and able to get the better of James, showing brains and brawn.
Absolutely.
James suggesting been there, done that, but Mortis immediately isolates an arm. The big man, though, showing his agility. Beautiful sequence from Ricky Mortis and stays on the big man. Do we have a new Northern Star champion? Not quite.
Absolutely a trap there for Dawson James, tying him up in a knot.
What you gonna do now, Ricky? Huh? Oh, look at that braided beard acting as a target for James, though. You see him stabilizing that punch and following up with a knife-edge chop. Ooh, you mentioned the agility of Mortis.
There's a big chop.
Going for the ego killer early. Dawson going for the dead end early.
Not wise by both men.
They're hungry, they want it now.
My goodness.
Ricky
Mortis.
Sunset flip from Dawson James.
Both men so slippery, being so quick. It's almost hard to call them moving so quickly.
Absolutely, this is quite the styles clash. Each men have each other read so well.
Both of these men have been around North Pro a long time. They have been in the locker room for a while together. They've seen each other compete a lot, been on the other side of the ring from each other a few times. This is not an unfamiliar matchup for either of them, but it is the one with the most on the line they've ever had.
Ricky able to recover from that knife-edge chop, thinking O'Connor roll. Oh, again, that elusiveness, that agility we mentioned, another roll-up. And again, someone almost steals it.
Lock takeover.
Beautiful head scissors.
And another. And another.
We got head scissors versus takeover here. The fundamentals matter, kids. Oh, but sometimes a right hand is the answer.
Absolutely. Dead end Dawson James handing out shots like it's St. Patrick's Day on George Street.
And I think Moncton called that better than any of us could. But as with that, we got a battle here. Wrist control and beautiful trip. The 30-pound weight advantage, 220-pound Dawson James putting every pound of that on Ricky Mortis.
And this is where, like I said before, Ricky's craftiness, that wily nature of his is going to have to come out. You know you're at a distinct strength disadvantage against the hard-hitting Dawson James. What can you pull out of the toolbox to get this in your favor?
That was a beautiful roll-through into a Kimura. Speaking of a toolbox, headlock applied to the big man. Can he keep it? I think not. Dawson James, and Ricky drops the big man.
There you go.
A cartwheel. Dawson evades the trip.
Oh, and a big hip takeover. Kick to the midsection.
Super kick, was perhaps thinking side effect that he likes to go for. Ricky into the ropes, and there's a pounce!
Ricky Mortis humbled immediately by the pounce of dead-end Dawson James, and Ricky is down and in trouble.
We had some TNA talent earlier with Jody Threat. Dawson James looking like TNA alumni Monty Brown with that pounce.
Definitely made an impact, especially on Ricky Mortis.
Ricky Mortis hung up in the ropes, just getting kicked in the head.
Dawson James doing exactly what needs to be done to keep that championship, not giving Ricky a second to breathe.
Dawson from the middle rope, a diving knee. A la Harley Race. Will he keep his title with it? And Ricky able to kick out.
But if you notice, Travis, that was a weak kick out on the part of Ricky Mortis.
He's slowly, methodically breaking him down. Every kick out has a little less muster, a little less juice.
Dead end. Crossing the ring with a hellish clothesline and the slam.
And what a senton!
Driving the air out of Ricky Mortis.
I don't know how you kill a ghost, but I think Dawson James is finding a way.
Can't help but feel, Travis, that the crowd backing the wrong horse.
We believe because he believes, and as we say that, Ricky fighting back for the people of Moncton from the streets of Moncton. Oh! And off with his head, says the North Star champion.
Dawson James not playing around. Elbow pad off.
Again,
stalking his prey, using the beard to his advantage.
Oh, a sickening clubbing blow from James as he's trash talking the challenger. Oh.
Dawson James now toying with the crowd, his crowd, as it would be. He is the champion incumbent.
Jawbreaker from Ricky Mortis. Oh, was thinking that kick. Eat some elbows. And Chase, what do you make of these?
He's going back for more. Shot after shot, elbow after elbow. Dawson James, I love the intensity. I love the never taking the foot off the gas pedal.
I hate to even suggest this. Should Alex Scott step in and stop the match?
I think you go until someone gives up or until there's a 3 count. This is Dawson James's ring. He can do whatever he wants to Ricky Mortis until there is a definitive end to this.
Letting it go. The crowd all for it. The crowd all for Ricky. But again, Dawson stops the momentum with that ham hock of a right hand. Oh. And Chase, what do you make of that?
Jawbreaker from Ricky Mortis on the way down, and then a rocket kick. Ricky Mortis. He's up, he's over. Forearm to the corner. And another.
The ghost is flying
and
here.
And another. Feeding Dawson James his own version of Jig's dinner.
And that knee sends the champion to the outside.
A hard-hitting contest. Here is the main event of Threat Level Red for North Pro Wrestling.
This crowd's loving every minute of it, and a rope-assisted scissors kick. The crowd saying, "Let's go, Ricky," and Ricky answering the call.
And I think huge side effect from Ricky Mortis.
Oh, for a second I thought Dawson was going to turn that into a crucifix, but he was just rolling that big body over. That's all he had left.
Ricky, awful confident for a man that's been fighting with a half-ton truck of a man.
After that side effect, I might be too, and Ricky thinking going from the top rope. Oh, perhaps James playing possum cuts off Mortis. Ricky trying to distance himself from Shadow Agency, and a win tonight with the North Star title on the line would do just that.
I think a ghost is about to get busted.
Fighting tooth and nail with this wall of a man. Can he push him off? And a big headbutt. Oh, what a spine buster!
Of the double A variety, but not enough to get the 3 for Dawson James. And that dead end road is looking awful long right now.
Is James calling for a beverage?
Again, for the second time tonight, some mid-match refreshment.
What is New Revolution doing out here?
New Revolution, fresh off their win earlier tonight.
Oh, malfunction at the junction! And Dawson James not feeling best kind. Alex Scott, official, just ate a DDT, and we don't have a ref chase. Ego killer!
Ego killer, but no one there to count the
1,
ball.
2, 3, we should have a new champion chase!
The fans can count all they want, it doesn't count.
What is New Revolution doing? He don't belong here. And Shadow Agency not helping Ricky Mortis.
AWOL, Shadow Agency.
Ryan McGrath having a change of heart. Maybe I misread you, kid.
Absolute pandemonium.
Pete LeBlanc now getting in. Helping his friend. Drops White. Drops James. Drops Gibbons. LeBlanc, a one-man wrecking crew.
Picking up. Oh, the side slam.
Oh, and a skull-crushing finale from Ryan McGrath.
There is still a match here to call. If we can get some decorum and a referee, there is still a championship match happening in front of us.
I think maybe I misread AWOL.
Right out the door of the Tide and Boar.
We got ourselves
and
a fight.
Left.
Oh, a Pepsi twist from Dawson James. And the big man going from the top saying the end is nigh. Mortis having other thoughts. And that headbutt makes the big Newfoundlander make sure he's not feeling best kind.
Crowd behind Ricky Mortis.
The ultimate ego killer. But no. James rolled out of the ring. What a bad break.
And we're back. Shadow Agency still brawling.
I see Joey White and Ryan McGrath momentarily fighting through the ring entrance. AWOL doing the right thing, getting rid of the New Revolution, and maybe turning over a new leaf in the process.
There may be a couple new leaves turned over, but there is still a championship match yet to be decided here.
Chase, there's still no referee.
Still no referee, and we still have members of Revolution at the entrance ramp. Fans clearing off of the stage now. Ricky Mortis has Dawson James near our sound table.
Doing crowd control, and that's a low blow, but there's no ref to call it.
That's the least of our worries. A low blow, look at them out there.
Well, as far as I'm concerned,
and a pile driver.
Maybe least of your worries is right, because I don't know if Ricky Mortis will be able to walk.
I don't think Ghost is a nickname anymore for Ricky Mortis.
Pile driver on those steps, and that could be good night, Irene, for Ricky Mortis. You see New Revolution fanning the champ, getting behind Dawson James. If you get them back in the ring, Chase, he could win by countout.
Both members of Sabotage there to check on Ricky Mortis. I don't think he's waking up anytime soon. Dawson James showing an absolute intense streak here. Now he takes his refreshment break.
Oh my goodness.
Ricky Mortis busted open.
We called the show threat level red. This is not what we meant.
Referee Emily finally back into the fray. Missed everything.
And there we go. Justin Newhook trying to regain order. Our senior official, Emily Parker, trying to do the right thing and check on Ricky Mortis, but New Revolution blocking her way.
I guess we know ghosts can bleed, Travis.
I hate to see it end this way on a countout, but no shame, Ricky. It took 3 men, it took a low blow, and it took a pile driver on the hardwood floor. I don't blame Ricky if he doesn't answer the count.
I don't blame him, but you can definitely hold it against him if he can't will his way up. That is the difference. Dawson James willing to do whatever it takes to keep this championship. Can we say the same about Ricky Mortis?
There it is. Count of 9, and Ricky Mortis beats it!
Somehow, Ricky Mortis gets into the ring, but is it just into the jaws of death?
There's the dead end. Thanks for coming, Ricky. It's a dead! Ricky Mortis kicked out of the dead end!
Kick out!
What is Ricky Mortis made of?
We know what he's made of. It's coming out of his head as we sit and watch it.
Donning the crimson mask. Donning the chants of the fans. Ricky
Dawson
Mortis.
James and New Revolution do not know what to do with themselves right now.
Oh, small package. Will he steal it? Oh, he almost had a new champion. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, and Mortis might have nothing left.
Dawson James painted with the blood of Ricky Mortis.
A kiss of death, perhaps, Chase.
Looking for another dead end.
And that's the dead end for the ghost Ricky Mortis. And we're not done.
That's still the Northern Star Champion.
This is still a melee, Travis. New Revolution and Shadow Agency are still fighting in the entrance ramp. Ricky Mortis is still bleeding like a stuck pig on the floor. And Dawson James is still your North Star champion at North Pro Wrestling.
Well, that North Star looks an awful lot like an asterisk to me. It took 3 men to take out Ricky Mortis. And Dawson James, full head of steam.
Dawson James gonna fly.
Oh! Tope Suicida takes everyone out. Sabotage.
Connor's a new hook in there now, trying to get things separated.
This is disgraceful.
Ricky Mortis!
Not done! The ghost still flying. Covered in his own plasma. He doesn't care.
Apropos of a ghost to rise from the dead. Rage now, you can tell. New hook. Connors is down.
Is this how we're doing this?
Still trying to separate Ricky Mortis and dead end Dawson James.
Well, New Revolution and Dawson James both picking up W's. I'm disgusted at how both went down, but right now the bigger concern is Ricky Mortis.
Nothing disgusting about the wins, Travis, but absolute pandemonium here at the end of threat level red.
And he may be a ghost, but
and
he's
a game Ricky Mortis still takes the L, but can't be prouder of that performance, I don't believe.
You know, Dawson, I might have not have gotten that win tonight, but not only did I hope that I earned your respect, I hope everybody in that North Pro locker room takes a look at me and sees that I'm all about this business. I am everything wrestling. Wrestling is Ricky Mortis.